Hey, Kevin Inouye here from Flight Designer LLC, Case Western Reserve University, and I have another quick update in the MoCap Diaries. So today what we got is a pretty cool draft program that a student I've been working with has created within Unity to help basically perform motion capture scene work. So what we're looking at here is once we have the Perception Neuron Studio set up running, and we've got two suits with separate channels going out and broadcast. This is test footage with me and my daughter trying it out early this last summer. And you can see we're also just kind of playing with some things of like, hey, what happens if you lie on your back and put your feet up? And answer is you disappear under the floor because the suit still thinks that the feet are the reference point, and it doesn't have a template for how that works. Sometimes you do something like a cartwheel or a handstand and you disappear on the floor. But the new and exciting thing to share for today is this program built in Unity by a work study student I'm working with, Morgan. And what they gave me here, this is a work in progress, but it's awesome progress. So we've got a couple of options here, but these are some of our stock Mixamo characters we've been using. So there's no new characters yet. But what we have is an easy click on option here between the green screen and some 3D settings. So the initial one is just a 2D backdrop, but now we've got like an actual 3D setting. And also these options over on the side here where you can choose between some of those stock characters that we were playing with. You also have some basic camera controls. It's not the super smooth kind of thing that you might expect from cinematic Unity productions right now. I'm on a great computer and all that, but you know, my goal here with this project was to be able to set up quick scene work options so that students could get a demo reel basically and could try acting out a scene using motion capture. Now, I mean, I didn't have characters set up when I was doing this performance capture, so there are going to be times when on some characters, like my hand might go through my head or we might go through each other because it wasn't perfectly synced up relative to each other. We tried to recalibrate a number of times, but it's not an optical system, so it's not perfect in relational data between the two sets. What it measures is where one sensor is versus another sensor on the same suit. It doesn't understand where the sensors are, but relative to the two suits, unfortunately, there's no way right now, I think, to know that like my left hand is touching the other suit's right hand. That it can't do. As a test, this makes it super easy to just toggle between characters. And you can see some of them are defaulted a little bit weird so that their feet might disappear into the ground or they might be floating in the air. And that's what this little slider thing is for. So that lets you do any quick corrections if you have a character who is disappearing into the floor or floating in the air. And this would be the other set, the sort of sci-fi. So we've got green screen if we wanted to export this to video and drop one of those characters straight into another setting like this. Or we've got the forest set, or we've got the sci-fi set. Oh, here we go. Yeah, I'm doing a bit of a headstand just to test it, and I can see, yep, my head disappears into the floor. But if I wanted to use that slider and fix it, I could. So in terms of next steps, where we're going with this, we still need to figure out integrating the facial capture element from one of the phone apps or something. I've got some helmet things I've been playing with, and we've purchased some other characters that are kind of pre-rigged for that and looked into other options. So a lot of this is on the tech end that the student working on the grant fund is doing for me, a graduate student now. It's, when they have time, because we're not doing this right away. But hopefully later in this semester, we'll be able to test some of this out with my undergrad movement class and give them a chance to see how they would make some of these creatures move. I mean, obviously, this mutant here is going to move a little bit different from the fish person, is going to move a little different from Mousy, is going to move a little bit different from the boss, the big cigar-chomping dude. And that's even before we add in, full facial capture and full expression and any kind of surroundings or anything. In terms of actually producing demo reel footage, I'm going to try and see if they can find a way to get rid of the menus, to turn those on or off, to be able to not have that text there, so I can just, like I did for this demo right now, just record the screen and not have to worry about whether that's there, or potentially be able to record the data so that we can go back later and even move the camera around and choose angles in post, which is always nice as well. But we have great progress. We have options. We're getting to the point where we could almost put together a little demo scene and have an interaction, especially characters that don't have a lot of facial expression. I mean, we could import stormtrooper characters or something like that, or medieval knights with helmets now, and not have to worry about the facial expression aspect of it. So I think it's good progress. It's fun stuff. I look forward to seeing how much of this we can do in this coming year, and how smooth we can make the process as well. The other thing about only dipping a toe into this once a month or two is that every time I'm like, oh wait, what were the controls for that? How do I move the camera in PN Studio? Oh yeah. So it is slow progress, but it is progress, and it's cool stuff. So just wanted to have a quick share on that, both for the folks responsible for the grant, so thank you for that at Case Western, and for anybody else who's been following and trying to figure this stuff out.